Hi, I'm Mike Rowe, and this is a video for parents who are concerned that their kids are going to be screwed if they don't get a 4-year degree. I don't often make videos like this in my hotel room, but I woke up this morning here at the fabulous Huntley Hotel in beautiful downtown Santa Monica to see this article in USA Today. The headline reads, "Kids are ditching traditional college for career tech programs, but parents are concerned." I'm not going to read the whole article because study after study shows that nobody watches videos where I simply read articles, but suffice it to say, it is filled with examples of young people who wanted to learn a trade, but ran into a serious roadblock with their parents. Parents who were still under the impression that the best path for their kids would be a 4-year degree. The article is filled with examples that prove the opposite and data that I think is really important. Again, I'm not going to read it to you. You can read it for yourself if you're really interested. But suffice it to say, large numbers of kids have gotten the memo. They don't want the debt that comes with a 4-year degree, and their minds are wide open to the possibility of mastering a skill that's actually in demand, but they're being affirmatively discouraged from doing so by their well-intended parents who simply don't understand the facts. So check out the facts in the article and watch this very short video that I made a year or so ago about one of the scholarship recipients that we assisted. His name is Michael Gamez, and like a lot of kids, his parents really wanted him to go to college. He really wanted to do something else. This is what happened. I just want to share it so you can maybe share it as well with other parents who feel like Mike's parents did. Ready? Here it is. You're going to love this kid, I promise.
You're a lot taller than me.
I am.
There you go. Now we're talking.
So you thought you wanted to be a mechanical engineer?
I thought. So when I saw the different types of things you could study, I saw mechanic and I saw engine, and I said mechanical engineer, that's what I want to do.
So where'd you go to school?
Originally I went to UC Irvine.
And how long were you there studying mechanical engineering?
I was there for 1.5 years studying engineering.
Like, did you wake up one day and go, ooh, no, I was wrong, or what?
Well, I mean, since high school, I mean, I was just kind of basically trained like, hey, get ready to go to university. Getting to university, I took all the engineering classes. I'm like, okay, these are just intro classes, but I never really saw like an engine or like something to put together, or like we weren't building nothing. There was not even Legos.
Because you grew up around men who fixed and made things.
Correct. First, my grandfather owns an upholstery shop, plus my dad, since I was born, has been a mechanic for all his life with so much passion that basically as I grew up, I just wanted to be like him.
This is the thing that makes me crazy. The pressure on a kid like you in high school to go in a specific path, that pressure's real.
Yes. First, for my family, being first generation here, it was more kind of like, I guess I have to go to university to prove that my parents didn't come here for nothing. And then school kind of, they didn't give you a choice. They were just kind of like, everything that you do is prepping you to go to university. So like there was no other option, like you're going to university.
So nobody in high school is saying to you, what makes sense to your brain? What do you want to do? What do you care about? Where's your passion? It's just this road that you get on.
Correct.
And you're pushed forward.
Yeah, I mean, most of them say they're counselors, but I think at the end of the day, it's just kind of more like brainwashers, you know?
I didn't say it. You said it. So then, okay, you play by the rules, you do what you think you're supposed to do, you declare a major, you go to school, and what's the tuition like?
Good amount was like 33 and 35K a year.
So you're paying real money to study a thing that you really don't want to study.
Exactly.
And you get about 2 years into it. What happens?
That's kind of when my head clicked. I'm like, what am I doing? Like, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. First thing that came to my mind was, how was I going to tell my parents? I mean, all my family knew. I was first out of my cousins, first generation. I mean, I was the first one out of anybody in my family to go to college. So for me to say, okay, I'm no longer going to college, like...
Oh. So this is what Michael Gamez does. He steps back, he takes a breath, and you actually change the road you're on.
Yes.
You leave college, you shoulder the debt, and you start working on cars.
Yes.
Just to jump to the end, it has a happy ending. You're a mechanic making 6 figures a year right now. Walk me through the steps that got you there.
I mean, first off, making that big decision on that day to say, I'm not gonna do it anymore, I'm gonna pursue what I want. So I found out where I needed to go to school for that. That's when I found the Mike Rowe scholarship, right, to help me out with that because I was already in debt. From there, I got accepted to the BMW program. I got sent to Arizona for 4 months, and then from there, just come back and be able to have a job. I started at Beverly Hills BMW, started there for 2 years, and then transferred over to Irvine BMW, which is where I am now.
So it's a ladder.
Yeah.
And you're climbing the ladder.
Correct.
So the thing you did that I remembered when you filled out your application, you said that if there was another part of the sweat pledge, it would be this understanding that sometimes you have to do what's best for you.
Like my parents didn't go through college, so they couldn't really guide me through any of that process. So I just had to go with whatever society thought was right or what my parents thought was right. And that felt like my only two choices. So when I say to choose myself first, is if I would have gone with any of those two choices, I wouldn't be where I am today. But I had to show them that I can do that by stepping back and choosing myself first.
What do they think of you right now?
They're proud.
You just seem like a guy who's pretty much at peace in his own skin.
I feel like with the skills that I've learned and the skills that I have, I can figure anything out.
What's your advice for people who are in school, they have debt, and they're not sure they're on the right path? What do you say to people who aren't sure if there's time to change the road they're on?
First, there's always time. There's always time. That's the best one. A lot of people say that life is short, but life is like actually the longest thing that we have. So, we have time. I mean, there's sacrifice, there's effort. You know, it's gonna take some sweat. I mean, it's gonna take whatever it takes for you to get it. But there's always time, there's always possibilities out there, no matter what.
People ask me all the time, what are you guys looking for in your work ethic scholarship? It's you, man. In the words of the great Robert Plant, yes, there are two paths you can go by, but in the long run, there's still time to change the road you're on. Michael Gamez changed the road he was on, and it took him someplace pretty great. He mastered a skill. Now he's 28. He and Michelle just had their first child. Little Sophia came into the world 5 months ago. He's working with Rivian now, leading a service team in Southern California, crushing it, mid-six figures, living a great life, no college debt, etc., etc. The world is full of examples like this, and there are a lot of parents out there who need to see more. So if you know some of those parents, share this video with them. I'd be much obliged. I'd love to chat, but I have to put some clothes on and go to work. Thank you. Bye.